Hey everyone, it is Muck. It is Bob. The life. Just kind of tell everyone what's going on with me. Um, Woke up at 5. Didn't really see anything going on. Then went back to bed. Woke up at 6:30 to a massive pot stock rally, and as we all know, I'm well positioned for that. So having fun in that. Plantier that Bob got us into is winning. Winning about $10 right now, as much as like $50 or $60 in the day. Depending on how that stock goes, it's very volatile. But that's a fun one. The rest of everything that we're in, just kind of pretty much hanging out for the day. Tilray is my high flyer, followed up by Aurora Cannabis and Crone. And then the rest of it is just kind of, hanging out. 3M's way up. Some penny stocks that I'm in the marijuana section have gone past my break-even point, so I'm looking to just sell out those. I won't mention them because they're not worth your time.
Yeah, I mean, what we saw today was market opened up just kind of you know just sitting around. I mean, basically where it had been sitting since last night, and then I guess what about 10 o'clock we had a big precipitous drop, followed by another drop at 10:40, and it looks like we bottomed out in the ES about 38.78, and then it got some buyers, and now it's kind of battling around 3,900, which I heard from my some of my peeps that the big guys were buying down at 38.80, and we'll see what happens. I mean, for me, it's really not a tradable market at this point. I had a couple longs, I had a couple shorts, and I'm just having a kind of okay day, and I just don't trust it right now.
Well, yeah, and I think that's that's what what people get is you get overall Bob trades more. Some of the other guys that come on here trade more. I more position trade, and it gives people a diverse feel of what's going on. Where I don't really watch the spoos anymore. Um, I more buy into different kind of sectors, so I get different rallies. Um, where now if someone gets on Reddit and starts saying buy this stock, then my portfolio can fly off the handle and have great days like this. Where when I used to just bang out the spy and the spoos and stuff like that, it was very cyclical. That's all I cared about. Now I kind of care about broader market feel. God, I said broader market feel. I feel like I'm on CNBC. Sorry, guys.
Well, I mean, it's all about sectors right now. I mean, I I keep hearing that I've got some people that are really played heavily in airline stocks. Are you early? Probably, but you're getting them fairly cheap, and there's all this money sloshing around. I mean, the Fed puts in what, 12 billion a week, or no, I guess it's more like 15 billion a week, basically. And so, what the hell?
Well,
The stock market never goes down.
I mean, I've been preaching American Airlines since almost COVID started. I like it. I know it's probably the worst balance sheet company there is, but as I get into arguments all the time on Twitter with people about marijuana stocks, when they talk to me about balance sheet, I'm like, why would you ever talk to me about the balance sheet and fundamentals of a pot stock? I was like, it's not even legal yet in every state. Once it gets there, let's talk about fundamentals. But as of now, it's all Momo and growth. That's all I care about. I don't care about dividend yield. They don't have any dividend yields. I don't care about EBITDA I mean, why would I care about EBITDA on a stock that at any day, if Joe Biden wakes up or Donald Trump or whoever the next president is, decide that marijuana is the gateway drug to hell, can just be like, nope, we're making it federally legal and all of your money is seized. Right?
I was in a conversation about marijuana. What I think, and I do know something about politics. There's a lot of speculation that that DC is going to do something relative to pot. I think they may, but I think the most likely thing that will happen from a federal perspective is that they will reclassify marijuana from a Schedule One drug, which is where it currently sits, along with opioids and heroin and cocaine. And it's ridiculous that it is there. Anybody that has followed the cannabis stocks know that a particular issue exists with them storehousing cash.
Yeah, they
You know,
can't
they
they can't invest it in banks or anything. They
they
have to
can't go
have
to
like
banks.
weird things.
That's exactly right. And so they do need to fix that because you're gonna have a big theft that's gonna come up here. I mean, I don't even know. The security problem is just ginormous. They got to solve that. So we'll see
Um,
what happens.
well, we have family friends who used to be a grower up in Humboldt, and his house was robbed 8 times because he couldn't put the money anywhere. He just had to they just had to keep it. Um, can they make cannabis like beer?
Well, I mean, I think that's. I don't know that they make it like beer, but they make it. They do a different classification of the underlying drug.
Oh,
Right now, as I said, it's a Schedule One drug,
yeah. So it's a
and
felony
Schedule One
drug.
drugs are, have significant limitations on them and all types of federal proscriptions, irrespective of what the states do. So this is the problem you have in Colorado, California, and now even an ever growing number of states. States are looking for revenue, right?
Yeah.
The easiest places for revenue are two things that we've talked about recently: one, gambling; two, marijuana. And believe me, it's going to get legalized. They need the cash.
Yeah, the guy, everyone needs the cash from it. I mean, that's what I've been saying. Um, but it doesn't look like Congress can do anything as long as this impeachment thing is going on, right? They're not passing any
Yeah,
bills. The Senate can't do
right. But
anything.
that's only going to be that's going to be 2 weeks. It's a 2 week process.
All right.
So it's this week and next week. It'll be all done by the third week. So
Because I voted for Andrew Yang, so I threw my vote away, but I wanted to make a point. But the white man who won owes me $1,400, and I would like that.
I voted for D's nuts. D's nuts is my man. I that's who we need in Washington.
I wanted Kanye West. That's what I thought that would be the greatest spectacle of all time. That oh my god, that address to the nation would be great if he did it in like rap with like a gospel behind him.
He's a tremendously troubled individual. He went to school at Dwight D. Eisenhower High School in Blue Island, Illinois, and he's quite a character. Quite a
But
character.
it looks like we're getting a massive Tilray rally again to over like trying to get over 55 people. This is the most insane stock, and I've been championing this stock to all my friends who have money left over from the Reddit rebellion or whatever. Getting the Tilray, getting the Tilray at 20, getting the Tilray anywhere below 20. It's at 50. This it's just boom. Um, but other than that, I got a 3M dividend coming up, so prepared for a sell off there. But other than that, I
Well,
mean,
I'll tell you another area to look at that we have not talked about, Muck, that I think is that it's been a stock that's really been on fire, and I think it will continue to be on fire, is Airbnb. Airbnb in December, you could get it for $121.50 a share. It's now trading over 200, and that thing is on fire. Earlier today, it was up $15. Now it's only up
is
$8,
is that
but
because you
it's on fire.
is that because you think people don't want to go hotels? They want to go like someone's house and they can clean it with themselves and whatnot.
I think they generally find it more convenient. I'll be honest with you. I travel, when we travel frequently, I have my kids, and one's a real adult, one's a semi-adult, one's at home with me. But and so we used to have 3 4 hotel rooms, or well, 3 hotel rooms. So it was expensive, and so I can get a nice house, and I'm a pretty good cook, and they kind of like that atmosphere. So, and I know that in many cities, one of the places we travel to at least annually is the Nashville area, and there are people that just they buy homes to rent them out as Airbnbs. I mean, quite clear.
Yeah, we're at the end of this month. I have a kickball tournament in Vegas, so we're gonna go check that out. Hey, they're comping me a free suite, so that's the high roller status I get. I I love Vegas. Free Vegas is free suites for the Muck Bear. So
what hotel?
the Flamingo.
Bingo. And they redid their rooms. What about 8 years ago? And they're nice now.
Yeah, I like the Flamingo. I'm gonna play some craps, play some kickball, have a good time. Give the house some money and go home. Um, but
Are you are you a lefty or a righty kicker?
righty. I can't kick with my left foot.
Can you go to right field with it though?
Yeah, I just line up differently. Essentially, I line up on the other side if I want to, because I bat left-handed, so everything in baseball has me driving the ball to. So it's easier for me to go to right field than it is for me to go down the line left field.
Well, I hope you will be posting videos to this site of your
Uh,
kickball prowess.
the wife probably will be. I'll make sure she gets in that. Tilray at 56 people. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw 60 today. Um, I'm shocked and amazed. Um, I'm naturally still getting fucked in my options. I'm up about 800 on it, but it should be more. I love how my in the money calls rally almost equally to as the as the calls I sold, even though there's massive spread between them. But um, yeah, this market is a market where you just got to pick the sectors, guys. I mean, if you're gonna trade it day to day, trade the spy, trade the spoos, trade the futures. I think it's better. Unless you're a really good trader, then bang around GameStop. It peaked at 58 today. It crashed at 50, 56, and it's been whipsawing around there. So you're not. It gives you time to get in, get out. It's not something I actively trade. I was doing it through options. I still have puts on it, but it's not something that's going to grind against you. And I think that's what a lot of people in that think they're traders don't understand is that if you get into a stock, I used to trade heavy 10 years ago in 3M. Before it was like $100 or around like the low hundreds. But that thing was just murder. If you got in on the open and you read it right, you're making good money. But if you're trying to short it, that thing would just slowly eat you away, and then make you puke. And then you're like, okay, now it's just bad. Where GameStop, if you mess up a short, you're probably gonna get a scratch. If you mess up a long, you're definitely gonna get a scratch. It gives you there's so much volatility in that, and that's what you want if you're trading. You want
Well,
your
one other item that I just want to mention is crude oil. Crude oil has absolutely been on a tear. I haven't traded it in 3 weeks because I can't really understand it. But again, this week we had big draws in
yep.
crude in Cushing, Oklahoma. I don't know what the hell's going on. Let me just check. I think the draw today was like 6.8 million barrels. I mean, it's just, to me, it's just crazy. I don't know
Well,
what's going on
the last
there.
I heard
Somebody
was
is interested.
there's some really big players putting on like short term crude and oil service plays, but I think we went from a drill baby drill to how dare you drill, How dare you think about it?
Well,
So it's gonna ramp up the oil price. And if the Saudis cut and if Russia cut, you can drive that oil to $100 a barrel now.
they're not going to cut. This whole idea of them cutting is bullshit. They need money. They have to sell more crude. You know, they say
What are
that
you
there's
talking about?
99%.
They have the futuristic city in the desert. Obviously.
You're smoking too much of your
Do you
cannabis.
not think that MBS is the greatest leader of all time? Come on.
Oh my God. He's something. Anyway, with that, Muck, I got to go. Anyway, we'll talk tomorrow. I got to take a shower.
All right, guys. I'm gonna throw this up on the YouTube, and once again, just let us know how much we suck. Bye, guys.